been a long but fruitful day, and I didn't get to do this in the morning like I normally would because I had to leave home really, really early. So I'm doing this after work, after the day's work. And honestly speaking, I love the Lord. I love Jesus. I love all that he means to me. And so that's why I'm doing this in spite of how uncomfortable it is today. It's been so for a while, you know. If I were doing this for another human being, they wouldn't pay me enough. But I just I love what I'm drawing from the Bible. I love who I'm becoming because I'm reading the Bible. I love the things I'm learning and the things I'm discarding, the things that I'm so happy. I wish honestly I learned some of these things 20 years ago, you know. But I'm happy to be here. So if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Ochudoayi, and I'm the host of the Bible in 1 year. I chose to do this because I want to know God for myself. I want to test the theories. I want to discard theories that no longer serve. And I want to draw my own interpretation from the stories that I'm reading. You know, every single day that I read something, I see something I've never heard of before. Like this has never been taught in a church I've been in before. And I go to church regularly and steady. So I'm really glad to be doing this. And I want to encourage anyone out there who is watching me to take a chance and read it for yourself. You don't have to swallow everything anybody else says, hook, line, and sinker. So I'm really pleased to be doing this. Today we are winding down the book of Numbers, and we are going steadily into the book of Luke. I'm trying to find my Bible study guide. So every year, every day, I'm using this daily Bible reading guide. I really must remember this daily Bible reading guide. Every day, written by Pastors Ina and Sarah Marco of Family Ministries International. Pastor Ina has been dead, long gone. Pastor Sarah is the head of the ministries now. The every day is a psalm, a proverb, an Old Testament reading and a New Testament reading is shared. So that's what I'm doing. You can find one that is easier for you. You can just, my sister said she doesn't like the ones that have so many scriptures. She just wants to follow the stories, read 10 chapters every day, cover the Bible in 1 year. She prefers that. So if you find that and it's easier for you, why not go ahead and do it? All right, so let's quickly, without wasting much time, go into our scripture reading from today. Our Bible reading from today, as we round down the book of Numbers, is Numbers 32 and 33, half of 33. Okay, we see Moses recounting the journey of the Israelites since they left Egypt. Why? Because God had told Moses that he should get ready. He would soon be gathered up to his ancestors. You know, I thought that was just regular Bible language until my dad got ill. My dad was ill and in hospital for 3 weeks before he was gathered up. You know, and that gathering up, I saw it happen live because my dad used to be like the biggest, strongest man in the whole world. But suddenly he withered before my eyes and became like, oh my God. That I can talk about him and not even cry. Shows how much, how much I've healed. You know, he was gathered up. Like he became like tiny, like a pack of bones, you know, as his body ebbed, his life ebbed away, you know. So Moses was going to be gathered up, you know. So that means Moses must have been something like this now at this stage, saying, Joshua, come here, Elijah, come. So you are now the new leader. And anyway, so let's just get through to the story. All right, so here we see that the lands have already started being shared. They have started sharing portions, or they have started describing how the land will be shared. So something strange happened. Reuben, the tribe of Reuben and Gad, approached Moses and said, look, we have found where we can stay. We don't want to cross the river Jordan along to the other side where we believe the promised land is. We want to be on this side of the promised land. You know, so they said, look, we found a place in Gilead and Jazer. We want our property to be here instead of after the river Jordan. So Moses is like, what? Why? You don't want to fight with your brothers to help them get their land? You don't want to cross the river? Then they were like, it's not like we don't want to cross the river, but we have a lot of livestock here is full and we think it's nice. The cities are fortified. We've already driven out the people. We've fought with the kings. We've killed the kings. The place is empty. Let's just stay here. So this is what we'll do. We'll go and join our brothers to fight to help them capture their own parts of the land. But we want to leave our wives and our children here along with our livestock. We think it's okay for us. Moses is like, have you guys learned anything? You want to upset God the way your ancestors upset him. See, except Joshua and Caleb, everybody in that generation died because they wandered for long. God was so upset with them. You really don't want to provoke him, really. Just make him angrier now. Because they got to the edge of the promised land. I'm talking of like 39 years ago or 38 years ago. And see how long we've been wandering here. You guys don't want to upset God. Really, really, this is not the time for this drama. You know, Emphasis on drama, mine. Anyway, so you risk making him angry again and responsible for destroying us all. Maybe this time he will incinerate everybody. So they're like, no, 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 that's not what we want to do. We're going to join our brothers and fight. And then we'll come back here when they have all gotten their own portions of the land. So really, please, just for our livestock and our houses and our wives, for our kids and wives, we just want to. So Moses says, all right, if you do as you say, then you may have some of the land here. And the land that they're talking about was, if you remember, 2 days ago, there was this fight, and then the king of the Amorite and there was one Midianite, there was one tribe that upset God. God said, go and eliminate them. That's that place, yeah. So they wanted that area, and God they were like, okay, go have it, go have it. So they were like, we promise, we will fight. We will make sure we don't just get comfy here and leave our brothers to be looking for where to stay. We're going to join them. We're going to fight for their land. We promise. So Moses apportioned. So Moses calls Joshua, the new leader, and Eleazar, the new priest, and says, take note of what these guys have said, because I ain't going to be around for much longer, you know. And then they were like, Haba, Moses, we'll do it now. We promised you. We promised you that we're going to fight, But let our property be on this side. That's what we want. So Moses is like, okay. So he gives Reuben, Gad, and then half tribe of Manasseh. Half tribe. So why such a weird name? Like, you have a whole tribe of Manasseh. Why did half of them want to stay on the other side? Like, what's wrong with these people? Anyway, half tribe of Manasseh now settled down in the land that King Og and King Sihon once had, thus the Midianites and the Amorites, the land that they once possessed. Okay, they took up their cities, they took up their lands, they built the towns, they changed the names of some of the towns, and then the half tribe of Manasseh even captured some more Gilead towns. They renamed them. There was a particular man named Noba. I have no idea why he was singled out, but they said Noba captured a town and named it after himself. Perhaps he was a warrior, So Noba did that as well. So we come to chapter 33. And chapter 33, we now start seeing the journey of Israel. They make sure to tell us here that God had asked Moses to document the story and the journey of Israel since they left Egypt. So Moses is now looking at it and remembering the journey of Israel through. So he said, under Aaron and Moses' leadership, written by Moses, they left Ramses. Now the list is so long. Look, I didn't go into talking about the towns in chapter 32. I didn't want to. And in chapter 33, I'm not going to list all, but I'm going to list a few, just for you to know the level of wandering these guys had to wander in the wilderness. All right, so they left Ramses in spring on the 15th. So every time they say the first month, I just give it the Gregorian calendar. So please bear with me. I might not be right there, but I'm working with our Gregorian calendar, so I'll be using months that are familiar to us. So they left Egypt on the 15th of January, the first Passover, with the whole of Egypt watching. And God defeated their gods in a great act of judgment. If you remember, Egypt, they were burying their firstborn sons when Israel was leaving. God really took them to town. Okay? So God defeated the gods in great acts of judgment. That's how it was written. And they camped, so they left Ramses and camped at Sukkoth. And at Sukkoth, then from Sukkoth they went to Etham. From Etham they turned back around and went to Pi Hariroth. Then from Pi Hahiroth to Migdol. Then from Migdol to Mara. Mara was the place where they were like, no food, no water. We ain't get water to drink. The water here is too bitter. Blah 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 blah. Some drama happened at Mara. Then from Mara to Elim, from Elim to the Red Sea, from Red Sea to the wilderness of Zin, from wilderness of Zin to Dovka, Dovka to Alush, Alush to Rephidim, Rephidim to Sinai, Sinai to, honestly, 20 extra cities, 20 extra parts of the wilderness. What does that even tell you? They were just wandering around like they were lost. Like, I couldn't write the names